I'd like to talk to you about something colossal. Literally. Why are Tartarian buildings so absurdly massive? Take a look at this doorway. It's not just big, it's giant. This isn't for your average human. This is for someone who could high-five the second floor balcony without breaking a sweat. And those staircases. Each step is like climbing a small hill. Were these made for giants with legs longer than a 10-foot ruler? Or maybe these people just really love their cardio. And these windows? Come on. No one's hanging curtains on those unless they've got a crane in their back pocket. The official explanation says it's just architectural grandeur. Sure, because everyone builds their living room big enough to house an entire circus, right? Here's the theory. The Tartarians weren't just advanced, they were giants. Being so tall, they didn't need ladders because they were the ladders. Think about it. These buildings make way more sense if you can imagine a 20-foot tall person using them. It's like they planned everything for a world scaled way beyond our own. Doors, windows, ceilings, even their libraries look like they were designed for someone who could reach the top shelf without a stool. So were the Tartarians literal giants, or did they just have a flair for ridiculously oversized designs? Either way, the message is clear: go big or go home. For example, let's look at the Palace of Fine Arts in San Francisco. Sure, it's labeled as a temporary structure from the 1915 Panama Pacific Expo, the World's Fair. But have you seen the size of those columns? Temporary for who exactly? Did they build it for one big party, or was it actually meant to host a banquet for titans? When you also take a look at St. Peter's Basilica in Vatican City, you'll see the ceilings are so high, Michelangelo probably painted the Sistine Chapel lying down because no ladder was tall enough. Are we really supposed to believe that these buildings were just for regular humans? Or was someone expecting the Jolly Green Giant to come in for Sunday Mass? When you look at these so-called old doors all across the world, they're often 8, 10, even 12 feet tall. For centuries, we've been told these were for ventilation or because style. Style. That's the excuse I use when I don't know why I bought something ridiculous. It's just for the aesthetic. And then there's the countless reports from America in the 1800s, where farmers kept digging up giant skeletons. It wasn't just one or two, it was dozens, and they were huge. One story from Tennessee tells of a skeleton nearly 12 feet tall. You know, just your average farmer waking up one day and accidentally plowing into a femur of a prehistoric NBA player. Coincidence? Or evidence of Tartarian landlords collecting rent from actual giants? So what's the real story? Were the Tartarians literal giants, vibing in their oversized palaces? Or are we just stuck in a game of historical telephone, where the truth got lost somewhere between a 12-foot tall skeleton and a doorway you could drive a bus through? Maybe these buildings weren't just functional. Maybe they were flexes, a way of saying, look at us, we've mastered architecture, energy, and apparently skipping leg day. Whatever the answer, one thing's for sure, history has some explaining to do. Until then, keep questioning everything, and I mean everything, even your ceilings. Stay curious, and I'll catch up with you next time.
Maybe this cigarette will help me to forget.